Hello, this is the Lunatic from the woods, coming to you deep in the forest here. We're deep in the we're deep in the heart of nature here. So yeah, what I wanted to talk about is chakras. Chakras. What are chakras? There's a lot of weird ideas. A lot of people have this like woo-woo idea, this like spiritual foo-foo idea, and like a lot of people like they make fun of it, but it's more like, for me, like my understanding of the whole thing was it was more like psychological than anything. It was like a psychological thing here. So you have your lowest one, if you're connected to the earth, and you just basically, the whole thing is it's all about like balance. You want to be balanced in all these things. So the first one, I mean, that could be tied to anger. If that becomes way out of balance, you become way like angry and aggressive and everything, and lack of understanding. Everyone has imbalances. We wouldn't be here as human beings if we didn't. The next one up is the sexual one. So that one's related to water. And it goes in line with like vibration too. Like the faster the vibration, the more up the chain you go, which is pretty cool. Like real slow vibration is the earth. Gets a little faster, it turns into water. Gets a little faster, it turns into fire. Gets a little faster, it turns into air. Gets a little faster, it turns into ether. Then thoughts. The ether is like your voice. Your voice is actually a faster vibration than the air that we breathe in. And then it becomes way subtle, like your thoughts. And then just like everything, the more subtle, the frequency is, the more faster the frequency is, everything starts to merge into one. So it's like, that's where God comes in and everything like that. So I left off on the sexual one, which is the water element, pleasure and stuff like that. If you get trapped too far down in these things, you start over sexualizing and you start turning to pornography and you're just pleasure seeking, which all these things are bad if you're stuck in one of them. All these things have the potential to be bad. I kind of figured that out the hard way. Then the next one up, it goes to fire. Like empowerment, confidence. If you're very stuck in that one, you become almost like this extreme dictator. Like barking orders at people and trying to fight people, and yeah. And then the other one becomes is the heart. If your heart's too open, it cause problems too. I mean, if there's an imbalance there, being too open or too closed off. I made a video about one. It was, mine was extremely closed, and that created problems in my life, no doubt. I'm sure if like it's too open too, it could cause all kinds of problems and imbalances and stuff like that. So another one would be, the next one up the chain would be your voice, the throat. And and this is like communication and stuff like that. This is the power of your voice. I did all kinds of weird tests and stuff, and my heart was always closed, and my voice was way out there. You know, my communication was just blasting everybody. A lot of my strength resides in my voice, I figured out. And then the next one up would be like your thoughts. And I actually had like experiences like activating these things, like your thoughts and intuition. The third eye is like weird, like all kinds of weird stuff started happening, and I mean, you could go way deep into it, where like you could almost read people's minds and stuff like that in that subtle form. And then the last one, the fastest frequency, is God, because I mean, when things become that subtle, everything starts to merge into one. You know, you're kind of one with everything. I made a video, it was like dissolving the ego. I kind of went into that one a little bit more, but really cool stuff. You know, it's all basically the same. You know, Albert Einstein, he proved that theory to be correct, that it's just moving energy, and the faster the energy goes, the higher the chain, the higher up the chain that you go, and these elements start to transform into different things. So yeah, it's all about balance. I definitely learned that hard way, because I was living in the top ones and just kind of ignoring the bottom ones. Yeah, don't do that. I mean, you might have to for a while to learn, you know, what these things actually are and everything. Yeah, I made a chakra journal. So yeah, the first step in all this stuff is journal writing. So, I mean, if you take some time and write out your thoughts on these things, and you know, you could try some simple meditations. I think I left some simple meditations in that journal. Really cool stuff. Like, you can really go into these things far. I mean, I'm a very visual person, so I mean, when I meditate, like for long periods of time, things get like really weird, distorted and everything like that. But yeah, we're deep in the woods here. Heard some kind of animal, but that's what happens when you're deep in the forest here. So anyway, this is the Lunatic from the woods. Like, comment, and subscribe here, people. I would love to hear your thoughts and your feelings. I feel like I don't know. It took me a while to wrap my mind completely around the whole chakra thing. A lot of people make fun of it, but that's just because they don't really understand. They don't really fully understand like what it's actually saying. So yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for watching, and